Hi everyone, today we're doing a really quick video. Well, I hope it will be really quick. As you can see, I'm in my gym gear and I'm just about to leave. But this topic came up today and I want to give you the questions that you need to be asking yourself when dating in order to establish perhaps where it is going, how you feel, and whether they are right for you. Because I know that it can be an absolute minefield. You know, you don't know whether you're chasing too much, you're not being proactive enough, how many dates to give it, is there a spark, is there not, are you compatible? Are they going to be, you know, your future partner after a date? So there is so much going on, and we like rules, don't we? We like to have dating rules, but they are not always possible to give because everybody's situation is so unique. So I wanted to give you these 5 questions that you can apply after every day, after every situation, and it will start to bring real awareness about what is going on and also hold you really accountable so you can intentionally date. For most of you who know, my name's Caitlin, otherwise known as Compatibility Coach. I am a life and love coach who helps amazing people find happier, healthier relationships or create them from where they are. So let's get started. Number 1 is, how do you feel about yourself when they're with them? What side of you is brought out? Because what we want is for you to feel like the best version of you. We want to feel like you can be yourself, that you can be comfortable, and that you like who you are when you are with them. So it's that checking in point, isn't it? It's okay, do I feel relaxed and funny and hot and you know, like I can be myself? Or do I feel like I've got to impress? Do I feel a bit on edge? Do I feel a bit anxious? What is going on there? Number 2 is, how do I feel in the in-between time of dates? Because a lot of what I see with clients is the dates are great, okay? You can be flirting, you can have fun, you can do, you know, whatever, but it's the in-between time that brings up incredible feelings of anxiety and uncertainty. So, you know, we'll go into patterns a little bit in a moment, but if you are constantly on that kind of high of seeing them or when they get in touch and that low of the in-between time, that's not really what we're looking for. You want the whole experience to be comfortable and positive. You know, ask yourself, if you take away the couple of hours you spend with them, are you having a good time overall? Because a lot of the time we're not. Number 3, I'm just going to check my notes, is, are we on the same page about what we're looking for? Okay. This requires having maybe an awkward conversation, maybe an empowering conversation about what you want and what you're really excited for, where you're going, because there is absolutely no point wasting months of getting emotionally involved with somebody, of learning about them, if actually they are not in the place where they could be in a relationship, if that's what you are looking for. Similarly, if you know that you just want to have fun and you just want to date about, please be upfront about that from the beginning. Have that conversation as well, because it does save a lot of time and a lot of heartache. And I have so many tips I can give you on that, and I'm sure I've done YouTubes on it before. Number 4 is, are they consistent in communication and making time? Now, this is such a cliche, can't speak today, saying, but if they wanted to, they would. Which is definitely true to a certain extent. Like, you both want to be bringing that consistency. You both want to be putting the time in to get to know each other. You both want to be building those connections. And if it feels like you are having to push it, you're having to chase, you're having to double text to check whether you are going to see each other on the day you arranged because you haven't heard from them for a week, you know, if you are putting in more than your equal effort, then that might be a warning sign or something that you're not comfortable with, because as we said, we want it to be equal, okay? And you know, you might pride yourself on being direct and not playing games, but that can also lead to the situation where you do push and you are kind of leading too much. So yes, and number 5, this is my favorite one, and this is the question that most people probably hate, and it is, are you staying present or are you projecting a fantasy onto the relationship or any hurt from the past. So I love this one because a lot of the time what we do when we're dating, we go two ways, right? We project a fantasy of what could be the potential, we latch onto those kind of 1-2 first dates, or we latch onto the fact that they're looking to the same thing of us, and then we create a story around it of how it's going to go, and that's often not grounded in reality. That is grounded in fantasy. You're walking yourself down the aisle before you've had date 3. Or what we tend to do is project the hurt from the past and previous relationships that hasn't worked out, or partners that may be similar, onto this person, and look for reasons again why it's not going to work. We are hyper vigilant for those red flags, and I know that comes from a place of protection, but it's just really aware, being mindful of it, so you can make a little bit more of a grounded decision. We want to stay grounded, we want to stay present, and we want to check that we're actually dealing with the reality of the situation rather than jumping ahead or going back to the past. So those are the 5 questions. Just to whiz through them once more. How do you feel about yourself when you're around them? What side do you bring out? How do you feel about the in-between of dating times? Are they on the same page about what you're looking for? Are they consistent with communication? Are you living in the reality of the situation or projecting fantasy? And what I would say is, with those questions, if you do find yourself, never been able to be yourself, or always been anxious regardless of the situation in between time, or, never been able to say what you're looking for, or always been on that roller coaster of up and down, or living in the past, or always kind of, losing yourself in the fantasy of what could be, if that happens again and again, that is a pattern, and that is more about you than the other person. So perhaps before you go on your dating way, it is worth looking at why that is happening and what you can do to start to kind of shift the emphasis on those patterns and break away from them. That's all from me today. I am running a group coaching program called Leading in Love, which is starting on the 14th of February, which I am so excited about. So if you'd like any more information, I'll pop the link below, but you can book a free 30-minute call with me. As always, my email is open, and it's caitlin@thecompatibilitycoach.co.uk. And any questions, please let me know. Please rate, subscribe and review so I can keep making these videos for you.